Are you feeling overwhelmed by the thought of staging your home? Don't worry, I've got 5 simple and affordable fixes that can instantly upgrade your space without adding any stress or breaking the bank. So let's jump right into it. So one of the biggest mistakes that home sellers make when they are staging is leaving too much clutter in open spaces for everyone to see. Whether it's personal items, excessive decor, or just everyday mess, clutter makes rooms feel smaller and less appealing. So you really just want to start with decluttering surfaces. So tabletops, counters, dressers, things like that. These areas are where we tend to just put all of our stuff. I know it. I do it all the time. I have 2 small kids. I have a wife and myself. We have dogs, right? So we are always putting stuff on the countertops, and we just figure out different areas, and this area means this and this area means this. But when you're thinking about staging your home, you just got to take a big breath, take a step back and realize, like, okay, I just want to start with clearing off the countertops, and I want to get rid of all this excess stuff that can go somewhere that's more appropriate. Box up personal items, collections, and the excessive decor. Here's a pro tip. Focus on minimal, neutral decor. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to go over the top with it. You just want to think minimal. How can I minimalize my life, minimalize my house so that it stands out to the majority of potential home buyers that are actually coming through and looking at it? This has a huge psychological impact on buyers that not many sellers think about. A clutter-free space gives buyers a sense of openness and calm, helping them emotionally connect with the home. I say this all the time because it's one of the biggest values that you can add to potential buyers is helping them understand and really feel connected to your home. And it's very, very difficult, dang right impossible to do if everything is cluttered and all over the place. And it also is going to signal that your house is well maintained, because that's the truth. If you're able to clean up all the stuff that shouldn't be where it is, then you are maintaining your home, you're maintaining the aesthetic of your home, and that's just a good signal to buyers and helps them understand, like, wow, if the seller takes care of their home, then everything else must be taken care of as well. And if you're like me and you're always thinking about ways to save money, I want to give you some budget-friendly tips to help you along the way. Honestly, you can go to Target and buy inexpensive storage bins. They're like $20, $25. You can get the big totes for them, label them, and you can actually get clear ones too so you can see inside. And this is, honestly, it's literally the best way to get all that clutter off of those spaces that you don't want cluttered up and to put it in a manageable area. Even a simple box up method can create a polished and high-end look. I'm telling you, clearing out those knickknacks, it's going to go so far in the selling process, because you're actually going to realize, wow, my home has so much to offer. I just don't think about it because I'm in it every single day. I'm living in it, and I'm doing all this other stuff inside my home, and I just don't see the mess. So honestly, if you actually really need help with decluttering and doing that minimalist staging, then it's a very smart idea to hire someone who is a third party, can come in and help you see your home, and that can help you truly see your home for what it's worth. The second most common mistake when it comes to staging is overdoing all of the matching. Matching everything, matching wall colors, matching pillows, matching blankets, matching sheets, all over everywhere in the house. Don't overdo the matching. Think in terms of furniture sets, perfectly coordinated decor, and one-tone color schemes. While it seems like a safe choice, it can make your home feel impersonal and overly staged. And that's a very interesting concept, to actually think that your home is overstaged, because when realtors talk about staging your home, they have that idea as well. You want it to be over the top, overly staged, and show like a model home. And the answer is yes, you do want your home to show like a model home. And what I mean by a model home is, when you're buying a new construction property, they always have a model home that they allow buyers to see first before going into the property. And they want to show it off in the best possible way. And I completely understand that. But you don't want your home to feel overstaged, because honestly, it starts to feel a little sterile, right? And it starts to feel like someone doesn't actually live there. So what is actually going on here? And you don't want to give that perception to potential buyers. Buyers want to see a space that feels curated and welcoming, not overly staged or bland. Here's some quick fixes for you to get that curated and welcoming style. Incorporate a mix of textures, patterns, and complementary colors rather than perfectly matching everything. So instead of an all-white kitchen, for example, let's mix in some neutral tones, something that really makes it stand out. Instead of doing one color pillows or one color throw blankets on the couches or the beds or what have you. You want to do something with a little bit of color, a little bit of excitement to show people like, wow, this room really speaks to me. And I can really, on a deep level, understand and see myself living in this. A balanced mix of items feels more organic and lived in, helping buyers envision themselves in the space. It really shows thoughtfulness and creativity. And again, it doesn't give off like that sterile feel that you see in generally all model homes when you're looking at new construction. That's not the goal. The goal is to really be inviting and welcoming to potential buyers because, again, the whole staging process is very psychological. And again, this is one of the mistakes that a lot of homeowners fall into, and I don't want you to fall into this trap. And here are some budget-friendly tips for you to do this and not break the bank. You don't have to buy all new items. Simply rearrange or swap out a few pieces from other rooms to break up the monotony. Honestly, you can go to Home Goods or Home Sense and buy cheap vases or throw pillows or blankets again, right? And it doesn't really have to be spending thousands and thousands of dollars on new furniture because you already have your furniture and you can put slip covers on sofas and things like that. So you don't really have to go all out and spend a ton of money doing this. You can do it on a budget and you're going to see a great return from it. And this leads perfectly into what the next mistake is. But before I get to the next mistake, I just want to say this. All this information is absolutely amazing and it's going to help you sell your property faster. But the number one thing that you can do when you are deciding to sell is hire a professional real estate agent. And I really want to emphasize professional because not all real estate agents are made the same. The vast majority don't do a great job. There is a small percent of great agents all over the country that are going to help you become successful when you sell your property. So if you want me to help you find the right real estate agent specifically for you that fits your needs and your goals and your wants, then click that link below, schedule an appointment with me. We'll jump on a call for 10, 15 minutes, no pressure at all. I'll find out what you want and I'll help link you up with the thousands of real estate agent connections I have all across the US. The next most common mistake that I see with home staging is outdated or worn out furniture. And look, outdated furniture that is worn out is going to make your home feel old and feel cheap. I apologize for saying that, but that is the truth. And again, the good news is like you don't have to go out and buy all new furniture. I mean, you can if you want to, but you absolutely don't have to. You can refresh what you have with a few clever adjustments. I mean, here's the deal. That old bulky furniture, and I have pieces like that myself, generally does not appeal to the vast majority of buyers. Look, if you have furniture with cup holders in it, I do. I love it. But I know that if I sold this house, I would have to remove that piece of furniture for the staging. Generally, that just makes it feel old and tacky. And honestly, I don't care that I have that in my house. And when people come over, I don't care that they see that. But I know when it comes to selling, it's completely different than living in it. So you want to make sure that you can do things that are going to help you with that outdated or that bulky or the worn out furniture. And here's a couple quick fixes for you. Rearrange furniture to create a better flow in the space. Focus on open layouts that highlight key features of the room like windows or fireplaces. And this next one is personally my favorite because I've done it myself. Consider updating worn pieces with new slip covers, a coat of paint, or even swapping out cushions to give them a more modern, cohesive look. I love doing this. I love adding pillows to our current furniture because, again, I already mentioned it. It really helps change the aesthetic of the room, and that's the goal. That's what you're trying to do. Now, if you are the person that's going to go out and buy all new furniture, which you absolutely do not have to, there's nothing wrong with that because you can use the furniture essentially for staging and then hopefully bring it to the next house that you decide to live in. That's completely fine. But if you're looking to do it on a budget, then using slip covers, updating pillows, updating throw blankets and things like that are really going to help you, as well as rearranging items in your rooms. A home with fresh looking, thoughtfully arranged furniture feels well cared for and makes it easier for buyers to imagine themselves living in that space. And just another quick tip, if you do have bulky furniture, just put it in storage. Don't keep it in the house if you don't have to. And that means that you potentially have to get a storage unit, which if you're selling, there's a good chance that you are getting a storage unit or even one of those go boxes. Another big mistake that a lot of home sellers make is neglecting bedrooms and specifically the beds. A poorly made or underdressed bed can make the entire room feel cheap, but with one simple trick, you can turn it into a luxury feature. Here's the deal. The bed is the focal point of the bedrooms, hands down. So it's very important to make sure that when you're staging bedrooms, you really truly focus on the beds. Buyers are drawn to cozy, high-end bedrooms that feel like a retreat, and your bed is the easiest way to create that vibe. These are some quick fixes to help you get that really comfortable, cozy vibe going in your bedroom. Use a larger duvet or comforter like a king size on a queen size bed to create a plush, luxurious look. And then layer on the pillows, man. Layer them on. I am a short-term rental owner. And one of the things that I've learned when it comes to owning a short-term rental is pillows make everything better in a bedroom. They really do. And a lot of times people are not even going to use them. But when it comes to the marketing of it, this guy that I listen to, who's like a really big short-term rental expert, he says 9 pillows per bed. I think that's a little bit much, but you really want to overdo it with pillows, duvet covers, and blankets, because that's really like when you go to a hotel, what do? They usually have big, large, comfy blankets, nice, comfortable beds, and they have a lot of pillows. So you will not go wrong with putting on too many pillows, but you just don't want to go crazy with it. A well-dressed bed gives the impression of a high-end lifestyle, making the room feel more expensive and attractive to buyers. And again, it all has that effect of helping people imagine themselves sleeping in that bedroom. Budget-friendly tips. Look, Amazon is your best friend. Jump on Amazon. There's all kinds of different duvets, comforter sets that aren't going to break the bank, and also Target as well. So if you want links to that, I'm going to put it down into the description of this video because look, again, they're not going to break the bank. So make sure that you use Amazon. It is your friend. This next mistake is honestly one of the most overlooked things when it comes to staging, and it is lighting. Poor lighting can make even the most beautiful rooms feel dark and unwelcoming, but this is an easy fix that can dramatically enhance your space. I know this very well. Poor lighting, even for a video like this, is going to make the video not look as great. And it's the same thing when it comes to staging your home. Poor lighting. So if you have all kinds of like mixed match lights all throughout your house. Now, I'm not saying that every single room has to have the same kind of lighting, but when it comes to your kitchen, you don't want 2 different colored bulbs in there, right? You want all the bulbs to be the same color. You want it to look in unison for each room specifically. Add a table floor lamp to brighten up dark corners or replace outdated light fixtures with more modern, stylish ones. You gotta use those high wattage bulbs. I'm telling you, it's going to make the room feel so much more inviting and welcoming. And it's really gonna brighten up the space, and that's what buyers want when they're looking at your home. Buyers associate bright, well-lit spaces with positivity and cleanliness, making them more likely to connect with the home. And let's look at some budget-friendly things that you can do in order to really light your space. Because again, it doesn't have to break the bank. Everything that I talk about is not about overdoing it and spending too much money. Swapping light bulbs or buying a few inexpensive lamps can instantly improve the lighting in your home, and rearranging lamps and furniture to take advantage of natural light during showings. The natural light is very important. Natural lighting is awesome. So open up those curtains, open up the shades, make sure that all the natural light that you have in your home is exposed during the showings, because that's when you're really going to capture the buyers at their best. So you want to make sure that you do everything to completely light the space. Don't skimp out, and do not make the mistake that most home sellers do when they're staging and it comes to lighting. So I always like to throw in a bonus, and this one is very important. If you have a lot of personal art or decor, consider rotating it seasonally. It keeps things fresh and prevents your space from feeling cluttered while still letting you showcase your favorite pieces. Look, staging your home does not have to be overwhelming or overly expensive. If that's the only thing that you get from this video, then you are in a good position. By focusing on these simple, budget-friendly changes, you'll help potential buyers see the value in your home without the stress. Remember, a few small tweaks can go a long way. If you find yourself needing an agent, again, anywhere in the US, I have connections all over. All you have to do is click that link below and schedule an appointment with me. I would love to chat with you and see how I can help. And if you are in Greater Philadelphia or the Pocono Mountains and you want me and my team to work for you to get your property sold, just click that same link, schedule an appointment with me. Don't forget to like this video and share it with someone that you know who will get benefit from it, who is in that process of selling and staging their homes. And make sure that you stick around for the next video to see what you should avoid when selling your home.